People living in the panhandle of Florida knew it was coming. They had been through it many times before, or at least they thought they had. They all took cover, yet nothing could prepare them for what was about to occur, and for what would become the fourth worst natural disaster in U.S. history. On Thursday, September 16, 2004, at 2 a.m., the eye of Hurricane Ivan made landfall at Gulf Shores, Alabama, with its highest winds of 140 miles per hour occurring over northwest Florida. Along with high winds and more than 100 tornadoes came an unprecedented 13-foot storm surge. A surge so powerful it lifted 220-ton sections of an interstate bridge off their foundation. Within hours of the hurricane making landfall, the 400,000 residents of northwest Florida were in total disbelief. Approximately 9,000 of the 155,000 homes had been destroyed. 15,000 had received major damage, 140,000 had received some damage, and more than 50,000 people were displaced from their homes. The main wastewater treatment plant was flooded, causing 12 million gallons of raw sewage to spill throughout the streets of downtown Pensacola. 90% of the area was left without power, and tens of thousands of people had no running water. With the Pensacola Regional Airport closed due to damage, and with all major bridges into northwest Florida inoperable, there was virtually no way in or out of the area. People began standing in lines for hours for any assistance they could get. A federal disaster was immediately declared, with the severity of the situation being such that President Bush made a personal visit. The Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Florida National Guard began airlifting in water, ice, and food, including more than 70,000 MREs. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers distributed more than 120,000 blue tarps to give people a temporary means of keeping their roofs from leaking. Of the 4 hurricanes to hit Florida in 2004, Hurricane Ivan was by far the worst. As stated by Alan Bentz, the Florida Speaker of the House, there is no close second. I've seen my share of hurricanes come through, but nothing like this. It's unbelievable what Ivan did to you. Greg Posey of Mountain Home, Arkansas, and a member of the Church of Christ Disaster Relief Team summed it up best. People outside of this area are not aware how bad it is. I've traveled to third world countries. This looks like a nuclear bomb went off in a third world country. So much damage occurred to the infrastructure and business community that 2 months after the hurricane, unemployment claims were still 8 times higher than average. And even today, more than 10,000 families do not have the financial means, government assistance, or insurance to repair their homes. This is why Rebuild Northwest Florida was formed. And this is why we need your help.